Welcome back, everyone. This is Orange Juice joining you live in Paris. For those of you guys just tuning in, we're going to have an exciting match coming up right after Nick and Knight.
After what?
I don't know where I was going with that.
I was dancing to that sweet ad that you guys just watched there. So up next we got Michael and Surgical Goblin. This one should be a real treat. We've seen a lot of stuff in the chat about that. A lot of people hyped about it. We've already had 2 good matches here at the start of Group 4. And Group 4 will be the last group before we get to the 16 finalists, which will be Sunday, which will be bracketed. And then the top 4 of the 16 are going to win prizes. And then they're going to go home. And then we're going to end this stream here. And that's going to be good. So let's start.
With the Final 4 winning a $10,000 grand prize. First place being $5,000, second place being $2,500, third.
You're getting it. Now I was just testing your flow. All right, okay, let's
So we're going to be jumping right into the
here.
most anticipated match of the day. Surgical Goblin versus Michael. He is CC, by the way. CC, if you guys don't know, he has ranked number 4 in the global leaderboard, with last season closing off in rank number 27 of the ladder.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen that name too much to not know who that is. He is always up there, and that is pretty solid. We're going to be seeing some Expo Mega Minion Ice Golem deck from Surgical. And I said earlier in the stream, if you guys were with us at the start of Group 4, that he told me something during the break. What he said was he came up with a new deck for this tournament.
He did. It looks like... Do you think it could be this Expo deck? Because this does not look...
It's sort of standard. There's generally... the Mega Minion's iffy, but his other cards have to be 1 or 2 Elixir, because you generally want the cheapest cycle possible with it.
But look at the value of that Golem's tanking the entire life duration of that Expo, and then Surgical just pulling that Ice Golem away. So that Mega Minion gets no hits off.
If we know a bowler or a giant's a good pull and counter to the Expo, the Golem's got to be the epitome of a good counter if you can get it down and locked.
Yep.
Because that thing's not going down
even
for
with
the
that,
duration.
Even with Surgical planting down an Inferno Tower, that Expo was not retargeting from that Golem.
Nope.
Very interesting fireball. He fireballs a little bit early just so that the Mega Minion can stay on his side. Could he possibly have a miner, or is he just going to let it die?
This is actually different from most Expo decks I've seen, but I like it so far. So if you're CC, he puts the Golem down there right now. Do you wait for the Expo to let it be your defense, or do you play it like that to where you just know that it only has to take 2 steps to be the closest thing to the Expo?
It's really interesting. The trend is that you usually don't want to plant down the Expo unless you're at 10 Elixir, or you already have an Inferno Tower on the map.
Without an Ice Spirit or Zap or something to follow up, that Golem, it's painfully lost to the Inferno. It just eats it alive. Expo has to go through a Tombstone and a pair of Archers before it can touch the tower.
And that Ice Golem just tanks for everything right now. So that Expo once again locks onto the tower. Even with 20% health left, it's dealing so much damage to that tower. 35 seconds left, 1100 health. Looks like he's running a very high defensive deck with Mega Minion, Ice Spirit, Ice Golem, and guards. It's very hard to get past there.
CC has to find a way to shut the Inferno Tower down. He goes with the Ice Golem in front of the Golem. This could be the one push where his Golem has a chance of touching a tower. He has not touched a tower this entire game so far.
Right there, the first damage of the day with the log going at the tower. But that Golem explodes before it's going to do much damage.
We've seen Golems just pile up, but in this instance, and it's also, Surgical doesn't have any easy win here. He's going to have to cycle quite a few fireballs, but...
It's going to be 2 fireballs and 1 the log to be able to finish off that tower, but right now, I don't think that's a strategy. Possibly defending to put down another Expo, but CC is not letting him put down that Expo with just that constant pressure.
Like right there, that 6%, the Inferno would still be up a little bit and then go down now maybe, so it wouldn't have heated up that one big tick on the Golem right there. So soon, that push might have made a bigger difference, but as of right now, the balance changes coming soon are not implemented, and the Inferno just swallows the Golem.
Really interesting trend between the last 2 players is that they both chose Ice Golem over arrows. 1 fireball down to that tower. It's going to be very difficult with Surgical Goblin already planting down the Inferno Tower.
Like, in theory, this push should work. Ice Golem, Baby Dragon, Golem, Archers.
With that
Ice Spirit. Lightning comes down here in just a second, I bet. Look at that. That's all right. But then he just needs to fireball. There it goes.
Fireball right there, and that is
good
game with that log dealing 3 damage.
I didn't know the
Surgical Goblin takes...
Exact, but the log was cool to see come in there.
That was awesome.
So what was it, about 2 sort of successful Expo placements with like 20% or less health on the Expo was all he needed.
Yeah.
And that tower was dead to rights. So they're going to be starting up their next one here in just a second. Let's let them queue up. Looks like Surgical's just hanging out. He's good with the deck.
Yeah, so it looks like Michael, which is CC by the way, is kind of contemplating what he should do next to counter Surgical.
Yeah, and they just requested. They're just requesting here in a second, so we'll be back with them in a bit. But that was interesting to watch. The Expo is just about getting it to lock on the tower. That's
though there's the golem on the map.
Yeah.
He's still managing to plant it down at the right time. Every single time he planted down that Expo, it was always able to lock onto the tower. Even that one time where it only had 20% health, it still did over 800 damage.
Yeah, it was mostly the first half of the match where we saw any Expo on tower, but then as it got on and CC was able to perfect the golem placement, it was just a matter of fireballs, logs. I think maybe one more Expo was on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's close enough, but interesting to watch. It's sad that the golem, with all that backing, that it can't go through an Inferno. Like, what do you do there? Do you put an Ice Spirit instead of an Ice Golem to stop the Inferno dead? You don't have a Zap. Lightning was his only reset.
I mean, he did have a lot of... he didn't really have any answers to that. A Skeleton Army would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
But the log would have just demolished that anyway, so there's no solution for that particular match.
Yeah. What's up, everybody in the Twitch chat? Seeing a lot of love over there. I'm here with Yarn from Orange Juice, and we are here in Paris for Paris Games Week. We're going to be jumping into Game 2.
Yep, so
right
the
now,
second match
Surgical
for Surgical
1-0
versus CC. Surgical has a different deck this time. He has a Princess in there, going in for the front.
I wonder if this is the new deck, but it's not too new looking yet. I don't know what, like, if you say new, though, what justifies new? A couple changes?
It's hard to say, but
Yeah.
if you guys look at that log right there, he actually pushed back one archer backwards and one archer to the right, so none of the archers were able to touch the tower. That's some fancy log tech right there from Surgical's part.
Baby Dragon moving up the right side. Deadly assassin that he is. You think it's a he or she? I think it's the Baby Dragon's a he. At least I say it.
That's hard to say, but looks like there is a rocket in there. It's a rocket cycle deck. Surgical's classic rocket chip deck.
Wow. Everything so far has been 3 elixir or under besides the rocket. So anytime he's sitting at 10 with no immediate offensive threat, he just goes in with the rocket.
Looks like Surgical might have another log to answer to that. Was he going to log the archers? He's going to take it up and focus on defending that golem.
It's literally just cards to get back to his rocket and defend. And then the chip with the miner.
Even with that rocket, it's not enough to kill that knight, so they're still dealing quite a bit of damage to that golem. The golemites do reach the tower, dealing one swing each and exploding onto the tower, but it's not quite enough comparing to what Surgical is doing with the damage. With that chip damage from the miner, it's going to be within rocket's range very soon. Oh, and the knight locks on twice.
Wow, that Baby Dragon, those are 3 cards the Baby Dragon doesn't easily take out.
With the princess in the front, if he can get one more hit, that's going to be at rocket's range. Now he just needs to cycle back to the log and the rocket, or Michael needs to go for a really big golem push right now with double elixir time. He will have the opportunity. Right there,
this is
golem
where he
in the
has
back.
to shine. Yeah, the golem deck in double elixir versus a deck that has to be what? 3-0? 3-5?
Yep.
Something like that. A lot of cards under 3 elixir. And then the Rocket Inferno, obviously the 2 above. Splitting archers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the same deck that Surgical used, the Rocket Cycle chip deck, to win 6 tournaments in a row. So it's going to be a very interesting match. That golem gets taken out. That golem gets taken out by the second Inferno Tower. Surgical is able to cycle back twice to that, and there's no way that it's going to get past there.
The multiple Infernos are so crazy. It's like when the Hog Riders, 1-unit Skelly decks, and the Inferno where you just constantly send Hogs and cycle Infernos. Oh, man.
10 seconds left. Even if that golem reaches the tower, there's not going to be enough damage to be dealt.
That is a crazy deck that never lets you get set up.
There, Surgical goes with that rocket onto the golem just because the match is already over.
And he's making it look easy with a 2-0, but these are just insanely high-level players right now.
They're absolutely precise placements.
To get to number 4 in a season, Michael knows what he's doing. And just 27th last season. That's 5,300-ish.
And not even just the ladder rankings. The amount of effort they had to play to get here was the 1,000-player qualifiers just to even get here.
Yeah. So. Pretty crazy. So Surgical up 2-0, one more, and he'll take it. Will he switch a third time or not? So we won with the Expo, and then he won with the Rocket.
Yeah, it looks like they are both playing on the phone, so they have the shortest throw distance on their thumbs, as what they say.
However, they're playing on one is iPhone, one is Samsung. So
Interesting.
maybe the drop times.
Yep.
Maybe the OLED screen is changing up. I don't know. Who knows at this point?
One screen is brighter, one is slightly more responsive. Now we're talking about...
Oh, and now I want to jump into the fact that Surgical doesn't have a phone case and Michael does, because that's the next relevant topic I could think of.
Anyways, how do you feel about the new Golem from a defensive perspective? Because I didn't really explore too much of that in my video.
Ice Golem?
The graveyard.
I thought they said the new Golem.
I might have.
Oh, wait. There's a new Golem coming out? Yarnleaks.com. All right, we're jumping into round three.
Into the third match. If Surgical Goblin wins this match, then he will be taking it home best out of 5.
Let's see if he uses the Fire Golem.
This is round number 3.
Yeah. All right, we see a Lava Hound deck coming out of CC's hands. Surgical mounts the Expo once again.
Expo going down, just demolishing all the skeletons. Its attack speed is so fast. Like I was talking about earlier, because it attacks so fast, it doesn't have much overkill damage.
Versus an arena tower versus a graveyard with too much overkill damage, which we talked about earlier.
So that
you
Lava
wish
Hound,
your arena tower was like an Expo when you see a graveyard, right?
It would make the graveyard obsolete.
Yeah.
Look at that Inferno Dragon marching into that tower. Even at full health, it didn't do much damage to the tower.
2012, 2014.
The years they were born.
Yeah, I was just going to make a year joke, but they won. All right. And then 1964, the year Yarn was born.
That's right.
The first orange was juiced. All right, Lava Hound going on the right lane. As soon as he sees a 7 Elixir card deployed, he puts down his 6 Elixir Expo, and the log will make mincemeat of that. Michael with a slight shake of the head, and then he knows that all he has to do is you just kind of put a card down when you feel like the enemy would be putting a card down.
That Ice Spirit freezing that Mega Minion for 2 full seconds. So that Expo did just under
4,700 damage.
4,700?
Yeah.
Okay.
It may as well have. So here come the pups. The Inferno, not a wall placement like we've seen with earlier Lava Hound decks, but still beautiful.
It really depends. I like to play it in the wall if I know they have a minion horde approaching to kind of counter that.
He knew his Expo drew so many cards that he could put it anywhere he wants.
Exactly.
Here comes the Ice Golem.
Could he have a prediction log, or is he going to be too scared from the last time? Lava Hound going in, it's getting distracted very fast.
It'll sit there for a good 20 seconds when it's these skeletons or cards. Maybe more like 10, but still, it doesn't move. It just can't take him out quick enough.
And Michael just ignoring that Expo because he's trying to go for that one big push. If that one Inferno Dragon can lock into the tower, but there's no chance.
He's already back to his cards twice with the same Inferno Dragon, 2 tiles from where it just was.
Planting an Expo and then cycling back to the guards to defend that same Inferno Dragon.
He literally got back to cards before the Inferno Dragon moved across the river.
That's right. Now he's got a really high health Expo with an Inferno Tower. There's not much possibility.
There's so much health he has to go through to get to that arena tower.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here first. The new Expo meta deck.
And it beat a Golem and it beat a Lava Hound. And obviously you don't just build the deck and start winning. He knows what he's doing with it, but the plays were unbelievable in that match for round 3. I don't know. We could check here on our stat sheet in a bit, but that might have been CC's first total match loss. What do you think?
I haven't checked the brackets yet, but in terms of Surgical's plays, everything was just so flawless from his elixir counting, card counting, and just being on the proper rotation.
Here's Michael. He was 2 wins. Same thing with Surgical. So he's going to go to 2 wins and a loss, and then Surgical is going to go to 3 wins.
Look at that. Michael representing Canada.
Yeah. We still have BabyStar undefeated. I've played with him before and know he's got a lot of skill. Ming undefeated. Yeah,
let's expand Michael right now. Let's see what his matches were. So he did a flawless victory, 3-0, 3-0 both times.
Guys, that is the skill that you just witnessed. A player that went 3-0, 3-0 just got 3-0'd. This is an insane bracket. Let's see how, just a couple other names I know. BabyStar 3-0, 3-0, and yet to be reported. This is going to be an insane 3-1, 3-0, and 3-0. And then we saw Ming in that last match.
There's going to be a very high chance that Surgical Goblin is going to be appearing in tomorrow's match.
There's going to be a very high chance that the top 4 today at the end today don't even lose. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be absolutely insane.
Tomorrow's going to be such an intense match with the top 4 of the top 4.
Every stream is getting better between so many different factors.
Yeah.
It's just
and
been...
Sundays is going to be so hyped with all of these players matching against each other.
Yeah.
We had some really good plays this morning, too, where everyone was going 2-2 with each other, neck and neck.
Yeah, there was a lot of round 5s. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and that one moment where someone used prediction arrows and sealed the deal for that game.
Against that Skarmy.
5 minutes
that was
in.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Dang, so everyone's reporting their scores here. Actually, there's a lot of matches still going on for the 4th round right now. What are you feeling like? Taking a look at anything else analyzation-wise? We could just jump in on that one, yeah.
Jump into another match with Rom versus Trevor.
So we saw Rom. We haven't seen Trevor.
Yeah,
Trevor
so
from Nova here.
The game just started. Hopefully we can get that onto the screen soon.
Yeah. We'll just take a look at this one here before we get the next 2 players set up.
Yeah.
All right, jumping in. You guys are jumping in about 15 seconds in. So we've got the Hog Rider was sent down the left lane with an Ice Spirit. Fire Spirits were the only answer with the Ice Spirit. All right. Dropping the Ice Wizard because he does not want that Furnace to get any trickle, and then the Princess can take it out from where she's standing over there. He's going to arrow her down. He's just making the Furnace the thing that needs to be answered.
With that bowler just getting demolished by that one Mega Minion for a positive elixir trade, but it gets taken out by the Fire Spirits. I don't think the Fire Spirits were quite necessary.
Look at that. He's even logging it. He doesn't want any Fire Spirits coming across.
I have to agree with Trevor there. I hate the Furnace.
And the Hog goes for the Expo. But Tower and Expo, no, that Expo's not getting any tower shots. That was good.
That one Ice Wizard getting that hit off was enough to seal the deal. So when an Ice Wizard is left unattended, it's going to deal so much chip damage. It's very annoying how it slows the tower by 35%.
Positive elixir trade. I'm just reading some chat while we hang out here, guys. This is an interesting Expo deck because a Bowler is generally used to counter one, and the Furnace...
Yeah.
The spawner behind it.
I can see the logic behind this is that the bowler just kind of takes care of the skeleton army, which Rom does have indeed. With Rom doing an Ice Spirit Pig push, he bypasses that Furnace. Gets 2 hits off. Does he get 3 off? He does get 3 hits off, despite there being a Mini P.E.K.K.A and a bowler defending that Hog Rider.
Oh, he thinks that warrants a rocket, but it misses the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and that is going to be a few mini... Oh, he knocked it back. Wow, that was... perfect timing on the log.
He was forced to use the log for that, so that misplay cost him quite a bit of damage. Now Trevor has a...
I don't know if Rom knows we're watching. He's dropping oopses.
Yeah, with that was very nice prediction Fire Spirits, because he had a feeling that he was going to plant the skeleton army, and that really paid off with that Expo just locked onto that tower right now. Even with that Mega Minion going in with 2 hits, that Expo did just under 1,000 damage right there. Defending
overall,
with a Furnace.
Rom has... I think more damage fully done with his Hog Rider. It's just that one Expo. As long as you get one good Expo down.
Yeah, that was a very value Expo right there. Actually, the most value was that Mini P.E.K.K.A in the beginning.
Here comes the Hog again. Can he stop it? Has he got the bowler? Oh, he's just going to rocket it.
That was an acceptable response. 5 elixir for 6, so it wasn't too bad, but Trevor is very confident in that. He just needs to plant down a very good Expo again, one more time, or another rocket onto the right side if he can just penetrate it. Princess on the left is doing a lot of chip damage. He's going to let it through, and that arrow just takes it out immediately.
Now he knows he's good to go with the Skarmy because he just dropped his Fire Spirits and the Furnace on the right side, so he has none. And on the Mini P.E.K.K.A takes the Ice Spirit.
Does he get 2 hits on? Wow, that...
Rocket log. Oh my goodness, the Hog trumps the Expo.
That was such a close match. Trevor just had to use the rocket once and then just hope for another good cycle, but it just was not happening. Rom almost lost that match, but like I was saying earlier, if you think you're going to lose, you're not going to lose. There's always a chance to come back. You just have to hold on.
He just waited exactly till he saw arrows, Fire Spirits, Furnace. Oh, okay. Skarmy and Hog.
Yeah, the biggest opportunity he was waiting for was for the Furnace to be planted on the right side so he could do a pig push on the left side. And the first time he did get 1 hit off. The second time he got 2 hits off with the Ice Spirit freezing that Mini P.E.K.K.A, allowing it to lower it for the rocket damage with the log. That was just insane.
Rocket and log for the, 56 left.
Yeah.
But
if I was in Rom's seat, I would have just given up already. Expo,
yeah, you
I'm
said
done.
that a couple times today. You're like, just lightning me, I'm done.
Yeah, I just want
Just rocking me, I'm done.
Just give me my crown chest.
Yeah. I'm just in it for the crown chest. That's a good shirt. I'm just here for the crown chest. No, if I made it.
I made it. You made it. I made it.
You have that shirt?
No,
Oh.
I'm just playing the joke. So,
Can I buy it? Oh, man. So I guess we'll just wait till we have another hot seat match. Who do you think it's going to be? I'd like to see BabyStar.
that'd be a very interesting match to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby versus Star.
So it looks like everyone's kind of busy right now, settling in and checking out their deck. So we will be right back.
Yeah. We're going to mix and mingle, and we'll see you guys in the jingle. Stay tuned for some more from group number 4.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more hot action. Stay tuned for more
Quality OJ.
Jinx.
Hey everybody, I'm happy to announce Geico's sponsorship of Team Solo Mid. They could save you hundreds on car insurance. Russell, that sounds like garbage.
Not even close. Yankee Doodle.
Macaroni!
Get up, we're going out. Dude, I made Totino's pizza rolls. Pizza rolls! Pizza rolls! Pizza rolls!
Eat us!
Okay.
Totino's pizza rolls. Also, Totino's stuffed nachos.
Get up, we're going out. Dude, I made Totino's pizza rolls. Pizza rolls! Pizza rolls! Pizza rolls!
Eat us!
Okay.
Totino's pizza rolls. Also, Totino's stuffed nachos.
Come on, one more?
One more.
One more.
Okay.
Start the show! Totino's pizza rolls. Also, Totino's stuffed nachos.
Personalize the way you see everything, and then conquer. Exclusive Black Equalizer brightens dark scenes without overexposing bright areas. Use the S switch to quickly access the setting and switch between save modes. Adjust the angle effortlessly for maximum comfort.
Hello and welcome back to this beautiful Saturday. Group 4, end of the session almost. We're in round 4, Group 4. I'm Nick and Knight here with Yarn from Orange Juice. Tell them what's been going on.
What's going on, everyone? I'm glad to be here live in Paris. I've been saying that every commercial break, but just for the people that are tuning in. So what we have going on
we
is
did
round
just tweet,
4.
So it could be some new people.
That's true. So we are in round number 4 in the Swiss kind of style tournament where there's going to be 5 rounds. Each round, they're going to be playing they're going to be playing best out of 5.
Yeah.
So they have to play 5 different players. So total of 25 games.
And if there's a tie, there's like a breaker or something like that. We
Yeah,
don't really, that's at the end of the streams, but
Yep.
it's good because people who win play people who win, and people who lose play people who have similar records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I really like about the Swiss kind of style that they have going on.
Yeah, and big shout out to everyone who's been tuning in. After we see these guys, so kind of how it's working is it takes a little bit to get them set up, which is why, hence all the breaks. But maybe we'll try to see what's going on because all the other players are playing at the same time, and then a round ends, and then they tell everyone who their next opponent's going to be. And it takes a little bit of time in between with the Swiss system, just like other Swiss things.
Yep.
Notoriously.
Looks
I
like
don't
there's
know anything about it, but we're going to see a cool matchup. Who are we going to see?
Look at that. We have someone in the tournament named Hit the Bong. So anyways, we're going to be having a very exciting match. We're going to have BabyStar versus Chef
Strobel.
I pawned off my brain part onto you.
you said the easy name. Well, I'm over here just. It was something with like a strudel or something.
Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know, BabyStar has ranked number 1 on the ladder in the past. So
Pretty
it's going to
cool
be some very
stuff.
good plays.
Never seen him in person, but there he is in the flesh.
Yeah,
he
you
used
probably
to be in the light with me a while back.
Yeah. And it's going to be really cool because obviously he's ranked number 1 and he has won 3 rounds so far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A lot of players in this round 4 are going undefeated. It's definitely a doozy of one to watch. Are you going to refresh that over there?
Is that the one?
Yeah, just throw that one down and then refresh the screen. Here we go. So if we want to take a look, we'll throw this on the screen. These are the stats thus far for you guys here. Ming with 3 different wins. You want to see who we played? Just look at this dominance. 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, and then Surgical. They're going head-to-head now in round 4.
We have to see that if
We'll pull some of those if we can. Because look at Surgical, 3-1, 3-0, 3-0. They're the same exact record, and they're going against.
When you have 2 opponents, 2 landslide opponents.
BabyStar, Auk was okay, but like, look at that, 3-0, 3-0, 3-2. So we'll see how Chefstrobel does against him with 1 loss under his belt to Auk, which, funny enough, went 3-2 against BabyStar.
Yep, so we should get into the match very soon.
All right.
They're going to be
starting just now.
Yep.
All right, we're going to jump into it. Here we go. BabyStar, Strobel's on the bottom, and then we're going to get their side-by-sides. All right, an early princess.
BabyStar throwing a princess in the front. Does Chef have a log? He answers with a minor.
Extremely annoying.
He actually planted it just in the right tile, the correct tile, actually, to push her a little bit backwards to aggro back onto the minor. So that did save 100 damage off that tower.
See how this plays out. I know we were looking at one from the previous round, and BabyStar was using a Golem deck, so it looks like he also loves a Hog deck.
Yeah. Look at that. He's already cycled back into the Princess with that Ice Spirit and Skeleton combo, forcing Chef to use the arrows. So BabyStar's back on his Hog. He's going pressure.
Oh, what was that minor?
Wow.
Well, I don't know. It was kind of rough. The tombstone is.
He must have meant to click the tombstone instead, because it looked like that's exactly where he would want to plant the tombstone.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a misplay, but no big deal. He can still recover. It's still very early on in the game. I mean, the Hog is going to be back in rotation soon. He's going to have to be a little bit more mindful.
All right, so here's the Golem. Does he answer with a immediate pressure card? It doesn't look like it. What are we taking a look at here? Bringing up the chat. There we go. All right. Inferno Tower heats up. We've been seeing Golems go down to Infernos so often today. Minor hits through the Ice Spirit to hit the Princess, but then eventually finishes her off, but that's going to save about half the damage he would have done to the tower right there. And this is just a really cycle Hog deck, basically, with some pressure from the Princess up top.
It's going to be very hard for that Golem to get past this with that Inferno Tower with BabyStar. He actually has enough cards to cycle to 2 Inferno Towers if he sees a Golem planted in the back.
It only takes him 4 Elixir to get back to the same card he just used, which is crazy.
Yeah. And now we're seeing that Inferno Dragon for the first time paired with a Golem. That's quite an expensive deck because I haven't seen an Elixir pump yet.
I've seen this deck used before, and it was pretty pretty dirty what it was able to do, but
Look at that, the value of those skeletons, just denying that Inferno Dragon completely.
will he put the tombstone down this time instead of the miner? Nothing goes down. The hog, it's okay, a couple
2
swings,
hits on.
but
Lightning on the Mega Minion and the tower, so this is going to be a lot of trouble because BabyStar does have an Inferno Tower that he will be planting right there, taking out the Inferno Dragon. Or the Golem.
miner goes in. It's to deal with some skeletons. The Golem push was never able to be fully put together. If it was, it would have been a little more deadly, but that's exactly what BabyStar's goal was the entire match.
Yep, so BabyStar just has to cycle back to that Princess or that Lightning, which is going to be very easy for him. Just pressuring on the right side with the Hog, so Chef has to address this. He's going to have to expend Elixir.
I think
so
he's done with this one right here. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like...
There's nothing you can really do there. What are you going to do? Get the Golem down again?
Yeah, so he did pressure on the other side, and he knew that there's not much he could have done.
Yeah.
So that's the first match with BabyStar taking the first victory, best of 5.
All right, so obviously it looks easy when we're watching it there, but what do you have to think? You're BabyStar. What is going through your mind when you see that Golem? How much do you ever hit 10 elixir and just sit and wait for something to happen, or do you always just keep deploying something for him to deal with?
I typically like to play cycle deck, so I always have something to deploy. I always have an option, even if it's just to log the tower. But
because like I like the big push decks, like the Golem deck we just saw, so I don't have that mindset generally when I start matches.
Yeah,
it's annoying when I just can't get it going. They're like, deal with this, deal with that.
Yeah, it's the chip cycle. It's a little bit more riskier because if you make one little mistake and that whole 2 minutes of the game where you've spent the whole game just trying to slowly chip them away, every push you're doing 200 damage, and then suddenly you misplay once and the Prince gets to your tower, takes it out completely just from one misplay.
I remember cycle decks when we took a quick trip to Korea, me, you, and Chief Pat. We did a couple friendly tournaments and then a couple friendly battles at that YouTube Creator Day.
That was actually the first time Angel kind of faced against a chip cycle deck. I'm one of the earlier users.
I had a Golem 3 Musketeer deck then,
you did.
and I lost. I won the first one and then lost the next 2 to end the best of 3 to a cycle deck.
Back then, cycle decks weren't quite as popular.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it as much. It's pretty crazy. Fun how things change. We're waiting for, I think, a technicality here, but we'll stick with this series till it's done. Then we'll pull some of these other battles because there's some pretty good matchups going on right now. If you guys have any good questions or questions about the tournament, I guess since it's the end of the day and a lot of maybe North America is tuning in to this one versus the other streams, there are 2 days of preliminary streams, yesterday and today, which will be ending after round 5, which is after this. Tomorrow we start a little bit later, and that's going to be broadcasting the final 16 bracket where those players are playing for the final 4, starting with 128, right? Yeah. 4 groups of 32, ending up with 16, eventually 4. It's been a long time, but we're saving all our energy for the Sunday stream because these have been like 9-hour stream days.
Some of the stream days have been up to 11 hours. I mean, today we've been here since 9 a.m., but it's going to be very worth it and very exciting for tomorrow on Sunday with the 16 finalists competing for $10,000. That's going to be...
Yeah, just this round 4 has been really insane.
Yeah, just the top 4 players, the top 4 of the top 4 of the top 4.
I don't know if there's strategy or technicality being discussed over there, but BabyStar has left the stage.
Looks like there might be
Chefstrobel's over here cooking up something.
It looks like BabyStar is talking to the staff, so there seems to be a bit of technical difficulties that will be resolved very soon. But in the meantime, how do you feel about the graveyard again?
Oh, you want to talk about the graveyard?
Yeah.
I like the graveyard.
Have you ever used it on defense yet?
Our hotel has, what is it, 0.56 megabit?
It's basically, we're on 56K right now. And
yeah, we're not even in the megabit range. We're in the kilobit. We can't open chess unless we're at Paris Games Week 2016 convention here, like with the people dancing behind us, vibrating our seats. So we haven't really played at the hotel. We did, 2 matches last night, friendly battles?
Yeah.
They were in the episode today. If you guys haven't checked it out, for the first sneak peek that is live.
Oh, so there's a picture of you crushing me. Oh, the replay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I put a little bit of the mirrored graveyard on your king tower in that one. That
was actually
fun.
work.
It did work.
Yeah.
It's only because you were just pushing their lane, though. But it's fun. I haven't used the graveyard on defense to answer the original question.
Yeah, so about that, I've played quite a bit of games with it, and I haven't found many opportunities where I could use it defensively. I couldn't justify committing 5 elixir that's not going to be used to counter push. Whereas with a mini pickup, if you commit 4 elixir onto a giant rather than an Inferno Tower, that Mini P.E.K.K.A translates into a counter attack.
5 elixir and all that time. Who's sending that slow of a push that you're just waiting with 5 elixir?
Yep.
All right, just in our ears here, we're just checking connection speeds for the game because this is a huge convention center and there's been a couple Wi-Fi issues. A lot of other games in here, like we were saying, the dance. What's it called? Dance.
Just Dance.
Just Dance. Street Fighter, FIFA, they can play wired. Obviously, Clash Royale, you cannot. So, just checking to make sure the Wi-Fi is good to continue the matches, to make sure it's all kosher. Let's jump into a match that just recently happened. Let's analyze something. Let's go to... You see any names you know?
Hawk is very high up there.
Yeah. He lost to BabyStar barely, but he beat Chefstrobel. So it's right in between what we just saw. Let's take a look at this one, throw it on the screen, and we can talk about it.
Should be on the screen very soon.
Starting it up. P.E.K.K.A.'s Playhouse, nice. Yeah, just give it a quick little pause-a-roo right before they hit that golden 10 elixir.
Yeah.
Enjoy this.
But in the meantime, there's just some Wi-Fi issues. Must be the Just Dance taking up all of the bandwidth. All that dancing and just too much bandwidth going on.
Too much just heart pumping thrust.
Yeah.
They can't see it, what we can feel, which is hard to describe. All right, this is a replay that just happened here in round number 4. If I see another miner go to a tower, I'm going to lose it.
So Super going in with that Golem, that really popular Golem deck right now that's being played all across. What's funny is that we've only seen this particular combo being played today, so...
Oh, I wanted to ask this earlier, but I forgot. So combos that develop within tournaments, meta within a meta, do you think that certain tournaments, like obviously we heard there's been a lot of Expo winning in the, the Coronations?
The CR North America.
Yeah. And then over here, we don't see too much. We see it a little bit, but then we see this Golem deck take shape. Does that carry on to other tournaments?
It kind of does, actually, especially because these guys are evolving their decks as they go. What we've seen change is that the arrows have been replaced with the Ice Golem, and if this proves to be a successful deck in the top 16, then it can really solidify how strong it truly is. And tomorrow, it's going to be off the hook with all these crazy decks from the top 4 of each group.
That's the crazy thing, and I guess the beauty of the evolution of meta, because then someone will come up with what a better card than the Ice Golem could possibly be, and then it evolves one step further.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. It also revolves around balance changes. So right here, there was one pretty good push on the bottom right there. Looks like they're slowly getting that resolved still, so we'll just keep talking about this one.
With that Hog Rider going in, gets Lightning with a Tombstone. That Tombstone was planted right when the Lightning was planted, so there's no chance to react to that. Got 2 hits in, now it's a lot of trouble. 2 logs, and Auk is going to get that tower, or is he just going to miner it through? Ice Golem doing Ice Golem things.
These Golem decks seem to only fail when they can't get it all set up.
Yep. Like I said earlier, that miner just had to go in, and there's no chance of defending against it, so... Auk is going again for that really fast pressure, that Mega Minion going on the left side. If he gets 1 hit, and that's still quite a bit of damage.
There's the perfect pairing with
2
the archers.
Hits, 500 damage off that tower just because it got left ignored. Even the Hog Rider sneaking in past right after going for 2 more hits.
And it's frustrating because he wants that Mega Minion on top of the Golem over there.
Yeah, so...
but look, he's got double archers on the tower. That's been the play of the game, or the play of the day. But he doesn't lightning them for a positive elixir trade.
So that Golem almost takes out the tower, but... Luckily for Auk, he did pressure the left side very hard, and it looks like Super is a little bit scared right now, so he's playing that Ice Golem a little bit more conservatively, possibly predicting a miner, but it's not going to stop that Hog Rider from much.
Where was his Tombstone? Oh, his Tombstone wasn't in his hand.
Yeah. The miner going in, it doesn't matter because the Hog Rider goes for that strike.
That looks funny when he pops up and the tower's gone.
With 5 seconds left, 2 towers down, there's not going to be a chance to recover from this. This is why Auk is number 1 right now in the Group 4 bracket.
No. He lost to BabyStar. He's won everything except that one.
Oh, my memory from the last game before he faced BabyStar is what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, he was. When there was only 2 matches played, he was currently number 1. But right now, it looks like our connection issues have been resolved. Boom. We're going to be starting up another one here in a little bit. BabyStar's happy. Chef is happy. And they're both healthy, which is what they should be happy about.
That's perfect.
Yeah. But they're not both healthy when it comes to tournament standings, as one of them will be incurring a loss here relatively soon. What?
Do you know what ranking Chef is at right now?
Let's pull rankings since. Oh wait,
We'll
never
pull it
mind.
after.
They're
We're going to
playing.
be jumping right into the match.
Oh,
very
here we go,
soon.
guys. Okay, 10 elixir. Oh, again with the princess off the bat at the bridge.
With the princess in the back.
Doing
Princess things.
I was gonna say the last word.
Nice.
Again, he has to use the miner to address the princess. This almost looks like a replay of the first matchup.
Where that princess slowly chips away at that miner. It's still going to get a few hits off. 1 whack, 2 whacks, not too bad because it does have reduced damage on the crown towers.
In the first battle, Chef had the tombstone, which was misplayed once against the Hog Rider. Now he's got the Inferno, a stronger counter. Let's see if that helps him out here going fourth.
I wonder if Chef has a log right now. He counters that with the skeleton army. The princess retargeted.
Oh, man. Well, I know who else has a log. BabyStar.
Right.
Because he just deployed it. Okay. Ice Spirit's down. Minion Horde. Hog Rider. Alright, let's see that Goblin Barrel Miner go out. There's the Miner. There's the Goblin Barrel. I would say you throw them both at the same time. The Miner beats it to the tower. But I guess that works too.
The value of that Goblin Barrel, despite it being clumped up on the left side, that princess splashed onto everything.
Yeah, how did the princess not take it out a little quicker? Was she just locked on that Miner still?
That miner was tanking a little bit for the tower, so just completely took it out. I thought that
I
BabyStar
meant
was
tower, not princess.
in the lead right now. He was doing very well with chipping away with the hog. With a minute left, anything could happen. 15 seconds left until double elixir time. Hog Rider goes in, gets completely denied with that Inferno Tower. Unless he lightnings, which he does. Gets 1 hit off, and the Ice Spirit saves that tower.
Oh man,
That princess is going to get clipped
pressure.
on once. Just in the position that she's in, she's going to
Oh.
clip that princess a second time, taking it out.
If he would have had that skeleton army down when he bumped the princess there to the outside,
It would have saved.
she would have retargeted the Skarmy.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
So BabyStar's Mega Minion is coming in. He looks very confident in the left side right now.
Ice Spirit won't fully take out the other Ice Spirit,
just
but
the-
it frees up the Hog for no swings. I was going to say a swing until the skeleton army came out. Now the princess, oh, that was cool.
25 seconds left. BabyStar does have a low-cost deck, so he does have enough elixir to cycle back to a Hog or a Lightning if he chooses to.
He goes with Hog, and now
He's
Chef
choosing to
chooses
ignore
to
the left
address
side.
the right tower and ignore that Hog.
Yeah.
The princess at the bridge pressure
Look
is
at-
what BabyStar's game has been all about.
Yeah, and he's been protecting her with skeletons.
Oh my
Hog
gosh.
Rider doesn't even make it through that skeleton army, just struggling past all those skeletons.
This is some of the most crazy cycling, you guys, right now that we're seeing. We're seeing cards almost as they die. Their replacement card is being placed down.
This is such an even match right now. They're both playing really heavy cycle decks.
He's gonna probably put another princess down here. It's ridiculous.
He's waiting for the lightnings, but the Ice Spirit saves that Inferno Tower
Wow.
to knock down that Hog in half.
And then you get a princess at
Look
the
at
bridge after he defends. But
All
now
that
it's
damage.
got that log, maybe. Yep, there it is. And then another princess
The
at the
log
bridge.
gets clips onto the skeleton army.
That
That is
was the
going to
play
be
of the
trouble.
game. That's the
Now
play of
that
the game.
princess isn't going to die. He's forced to fireball that princess, but that Hog's going to go in for 1 strike. It's going to be finishing on that last hit.
Oh my gosh. BabyStar down 0-1 comes back. I think that was the play of the game. If we had some type of really cool instant replay feature, it would definitely be a log starting from a Goblin Barrel in the back, finishing off a Skarmy, allowing that. Did the princess shoot again? I think she might have shot the Skarmy, but it doesn't matter.
She didn't shoot on the Skarmy, but that log play was part
freed
luck
up the Hog
too.
Yeah,
it did. But you could definitely see why BabyStar is ranked #1 in the world. So that really shows in these tournaments.
Yeah. And obviously the connection was okay.
Very good.
All right, so it's 2-0 heading into game 3 here in just a bit. That was dirty. That's what the chat has been saying. Value log.
Value is what it was.
I think the log.
That log was a huge positive elixir trade. So we're going to be hopping into the.
Oh, you just had to get it out.
We're going to be hopping into the third match, best of 5. If Chef can win 2 more times, then we're going to be going into the 5th game. But if BabyStar wins this one, it's going to eliminate Chef.
Ooh, Chef with the center place Lava Hound. Again, this princess pressure is just too much.
That princess is just doing a lot of work right now, and that hog is distracting the tombstone from those skeletons. So that princess already did over 500 damage right there. With that hog getting one hit on the tower, 1,000 damage from princess.
And there's the Inferno Tower again. He didn't have to use the Inferno Tower too much last match.
No, he didn't, but...
Because there was only cycling going on.
Yep, but now that he has a Lava Hound, he can justify using it.
Yeah,
the princess
that's
was
pretty cool.
planted a little bit early. I think that BabyStar meant to anticipate the miner dying, so the princess should have locked onto the tower for at least one hit.
All right, so he's got to get that tombstone down right now as the Hog Rider comes in, but he doesn't. He has the Inferno Dragon mixed in with that Air Effecta, so Lava Hound. We'll see if he can get the Lava Hound right in front of the Inferno, or is he just going to kind of let it go out? Yep. He gets it down.
Right
It's going to
in
push
time.
it.
He had enough elixir to plan down just in time.
And then the Inferno will pull the Hound, but it's Inferno versus Inferno, and he's got an Ice Spirit to reset him.
With his last two cards, we don't know what they are. It is Zap.
Wow.
I haven't seen Zap all tournament.
Yeah, he must just truly be
games.
tired of Inferno Towers. That was very well played. Ice Spirit to stop the Inferno Dragon.
Look at BabyStar just applying that pressure, getting at least one hit off with that princess, cycling back with Ice Spirit and Skeletons defending, and he's 2 cards in, 2 more cards, and he can rotate back to the princess. That miner's doing full 500 miner damage.
That miner.
Look at that value log right there. That hog is gonna get 2 hits off the tower, maybe even 3 hits. It does get 3 hits right, and it dies with the tower.
The intricacy of these moves and plays right now is insane.
BabyStar has impeccable timing. With Chef playing the Lava Hound in the center, it's going to be very easy for BabyStar to pull that Lava Hound in the center with the Inferno Tower.
Do you know the timing of a corner Lava Hound versus center one, since it's 1 tile further back? Does it save you really, or does it get you build up any more?
When it's in the center, you can pull it 2 tiles from the King's Tower, so you have a lot more flexibility in pulling it. And BabyStar is very confident. He plants a very forward Inferno Tower, and he's going to be cycling back.
Another Hound, but he could probably get back to his Inferno already.
Yep.
Yeah, and he pulls the next Hound too. And then Ice Spirit to stop it, and if there was an Inferno Dragon there, he would do the same thing.
And it's kind of perfect.
Oh, this could be something.
Is Chef going to send in a miner, or is it going to be too late? With 15 seconds left.
He's got the Lightning and Zap, and that would be not enough.
Again, Lightning does 346 damage to the Crown Tower, so it's not going to be enough. He's banking for that miner to do some damage, but that is good game.
Zap was all he had. That's close, but it's good game.
BabyStar going in with that victory fist pump.
BabyStar 3-0.
Oh.
Fist pump it up. You deserve that. That was crazy.
Yep.
So we're jumping back over here. I'm going to grab the screen really quick, and I don't know. Final thoughts about that one as I pull up some stats. We'll obviously know that we have to manually look at the BabyStar matchup because that's a little changed. What do you think about that one?
The one thing I would have changed with Chef's play is that typically it's kind of more vulnerable when you play the Lava Hound in the center.
Yeah.
So
it was. We have been seeing it down the lane the whole time against the corner.
Typically, if you have an Inferno Tower, your worst enemy is when you see a Lava Hound planted on the edge of the wall. That way you have to plant it 1 tile from the King's Tower. But because he planted the Lava Hound in the center, it allowed BabyStar to plant that Inferno Tower very far back in the center of the arena so that both towers could hit that Inferno as well as take care of the pups.
So 3 players have been undefeated before what we just saw. BabyStar remains undefeated with a 3-0 after a 3-2. However, Surgical and Ming just played, so there are only going to be 2 undefeated players left. Let's see if we could find maybe one of those replays, right? To see Ming and Surgical, who came out on top there.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring that back down. And then we'll go ahead and find one of these. Here's one. Right here. Let's go ahead and watch one of these Surgical versus Ming battles and see just what happened here.
Pull the screen onto the screen, and it's going to be a very nice match.
Is there an earthquake happening?
Magnitude 5.
There are strobe lights and chaotic things happening. We've got Surgical. I was going to go ahead and pause it, but we're good to go here. So this just happened. Surgical versus Ming.
Surgical with Knight. I haven't seen him play that.
Oh, this is the Rocket cycle, isn't it?
It is. It is. You're right.
Yeah, the Rocket was like the last card. Does that hurt you at all if you're playing a Rocket cycle deck, banking on sitting at 10, waiting for someone to make a move, and you want to throw that Rocket out, but it's your last card in your rotation?
When you're on a cycle deck, you typically don't want to wait at 10 elixir.
All right. the Furnace and Bowler. Was that the? Didn't we see a Furnace Bowler Expo deck?
We did.
Yeah, was that this deck here, or am I not? I don't think there's an Expo. I haven't seen it.
It might be this one, but I don't remember that there. Yes, this was the exact one actually, with the Fernai.
Only if you get 2 down. Right now, it's just a Furnace. Miner goes in, so he makes the decision to go for the tower when there's a Furnace because the Knight's going to walk over to the Furnace.
That was actually a very interesting Ice Spirit freeze right there, because if he didn't freeze that Miner, that Bowler would have knocked back that Miner into the King's Tower, activating it. So
Fun fact, it's not a Expo deck, but it's all the same cards, basically, as the one we've seen.
There's just one card that's a little bit different. I believe there are guards in here. But I really would have...
That or mine. I think a Miner might... Yeah, either way, it's similar. That's all we got to know, guys.
I really would have loved to see that Miner activate that King's Tower right there.
So, right now, Surgical's forced to play his Rocket cycle more like a Miner control and hopefully end with a Rocket.
Just because he's got so much pressure going on, he needs to save that Princess to take care of those Fire Spirits and everything.
Yeah, and look at that last-minute Inferno. It will save from Fire Spirits jumping onto the tower, but the Miner was already there.
It does save the tower from 500 damage right there, so that wasn't a bad play on his part. Already going in with that Rocket, he knows that he needs to change something up, so Surgical goes in for the Rocket. He should have saved it for a little bit because there's a Furnace behind there. That would have been value for the Rocket.
I wonder if the only reason that Ming did that is because he knows he can't use it again, but he wasn't even planning on putting it there.
That is true.
Yeah. But now in Double Elixir, it's so easy to put 2 Ferni down that everyone's doing it. It must be cool. All right, so we've got Bowler and a ton of Fire Spirits coming in. Again, with that Inferno Tower placement, not only does it distract the Fire Spirits, it also makes the Bowler's bowl not hit the Arena Tower. Rocket's away.
And then Rocket for value to take out that Fernai. Well, it didn't take out the Fernai, it took out a Furnace.
It reduced the Fernai to a Furnace.
That's right. With that log, chipping the tower, that is a lot of value. He's going to send in the Miner, possibly chip the tower. If he can chip the tower, then it's going to be at Rocket damage.
Oh, man, what a valuable rock. Oh, it missed the Mega Minion, but
almost
still.
got the Mega Minion.
Still good.
The trick to doing that is you have to aim for the Shadow.
Yeah, which looked like it was over the Furnace.
Very close.
We're talking a tile here, folks.
That would have been a huge positive Elixir trade, but it was not a positive Elixir trade.
Either way, it set him up for this win right here. Is Surgical the master of manipulating a battle like this? Like, he seemed like he was in control. It's like, hey, you're going to play on my terms. Your Bowler's going to go here. Your Fire Spirits aren't touching the tower.
Yeah, there is a reason why he's called Surgical Goblin. He's very precise in that surgical sense.
Yeah. There's no goblins involved, in case you're wondering, though. It's just, it's just like saying, like, a surgical menace, you know? The goblin's just a word.
There is a goblin clan in Clash of Clans where they only use goblins for war attacks, and they've been pretty successful.
Sounds miserable.
Very miserable.
Yeah. All right, guys. Today we'll see you at practice for 4 hours while we determine how our goblins are going to get through level 11 walls. All right. Oh, there's a live match. No, it's deep into it. I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah. What's first hit the bong? There's a lot of organizing going on right now. I don't know how many people are even playing. Everyone's just kind of reporting. So let's take a couple Twitch questions.
Yep.
And then we can watch. The latest match that's happened in the tournament so far is BabyStar and Chef. They were the last people to finish out round 4. So there's not really new matches to show, and we don't want to go back too far. We do want to keep you guys here, though.
And there's going to be 32.
What?
Phone Cats is trolling us, but anyway.
With an LOL. All right. I wish we could do a cam of the scene in front of us, because we just look around, and it looks like we're just kind of spacing out, but it's just kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Right here at the game show, there's people watching, the people playing live. There's a tournament set up similar to other Clash Royale tournaments with like a structured seating area with pillows, and then a bunch of people running around trying to figure out what they're doing. What are you thinking? You're thinking something.
I'm just reading the chat. Someone's asking, is the Twister real weak? It was on the Clash Royale website, so we do know that an icon is authentic.
Yeah. Whatever Clash Royale posted, that's all we have for now.
And I wouldn't really call that a leak. I would call that more of an Easter egg. because it seemed like it was intentional on the website. There's no way they would have missed it.
It's weird how that's sort of refined to a community. Clash Royale people don't like, they don't know, like, they know it, but they don't call things Easter eggs. Whereas if Call of Duty or Overwatch posted something like that, they'd be like, there's an Easter egg in this image.
That's true.
It's weird. We need to get the Clash Royale community to start using the word Easter egg and not leak.
Leak. Wow.
Leak just sounds dirty and like a vegetable.
Anyways, about Clash Royale, are you excited to get the graveyard?
Yes. I'm excited to experience high fidelity Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Hi-Fi Wi-Fi. And open up all my chests. I have a legendary, super magical, and magical. And then hopefully if I can get a special offer for either the Arena 8 pack with the super magical, which I never purchased yet, or a legendary chest, both of which I've seen, but never when there's been a new legendary card out. That combo, maybe we can get it with only spending what that pack costs.
Yep, so the last round will begin very soon.
Yeah, so we're going to be waiting for round 5. Round 5 will be the final round of today, and then we get to take a break and rest our voices that have been going for 2 days straight. And then tomorrow we're going to join you with the best 4 from every round.
That's going to be very exciting. So it's the best of 4 of each round for a total of 16 tomorrow, competing for the top 4 prizes for a total of $10,000. Or is it euro? Could be dollars. I saw the dollar sign.
It's the dollar sign, unless they just didn't want to type the euro sign. Oh, we could jump into a live one. Let's see. Oh, that just looks like a regular friendly battle.
Right.
Unless they're going again, because they were recently playing. We'll see here. Trimax, unfortunately, is not in the top 4. And no, this is not the Pepsi logo. It's ESWC logo.
There was a lot of confusion earlier.
There's a lot of confusion. It's red, white, and blue. So is the United States and the United Kingdom flag. I'm not calling this the American flag.
Yeah, but the American flag isn't circular.
And sort of with a weird P-looking indent.
Yep.
All right, name your favorite thing about the Barbarian Hut.
I like when it's not played.
Fair enough. What if someone came out with a spawner deck? How do you think it would do against all the decks we've been seeing?
Speaking about spawner decks,
Now that Poison's dead.
yeah, I'm hoping for a possibility of a legendary spawner. That'd be so toxic.
Oh, we talked about this before the last break.
Yep.
Because there's now 9 legendary cards, and you can choose. So I thought the best legendary deck. What 8 would you pick? I was thinking to keep it cheap. Take Sparky out and put the graveyard in, because then it's Inferno Dragon, a Lava Hound, Miner, Princess, Ice Wizard, and it's like the Sparky doesn't really add to that.
It's kind of more balanced with the Sparky.
Yeah.
Last update, I put all 8 legendaries in there, and I found that I never used the Sparky.
No,
and
it
if I
doesn't
did, I
make
had
sense.
nothing to support the Sparky with.
Yeah, there's no like
Really?
the Miner is kind of, and the Ice Wizard not really. There's no like ground tank for it.
Yeah.
So I think now an all legendary deck, once Graveyard is achieved, it'll be good. So
Yep.
they need a few more minutes to set this up.
So the last round will be coming soon, so we will go for a break very soon.
We'll be back. We're going to go for a break. And once there are new people sitting in those chairs, we'll be right back with you guys. But keep the questions going. We'll read the chat, and we'll start off with maybe...
A few questions.
Isn't the Graveyard a spawner? I mean, not really. It's a
It's
spell.
technically classified as a spell.
Yeah, we're talking about classification. So now we've got a couple different...
Yeah, the mechanic is truly a spell.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys in a few. They're going to set up some new players in these chairs, and we'll be back with round 5, and we'll start off with a recap of the stats where everyone's at for this.
It's going to be
group
very
four.
hyped for the last round, where they're most likely going to be choosing the winners with 4 wins each.
Yeah.
There's going to be very skilled plays. So
Someone has to lose, or we'll just be here all night. But it's going to be intense. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Stay tuned for more
Quality OJ.
Jinx.